Okay, hello. Welcome to Fours Head of the River 2025. We're coming to you here from Putney, down by the finish line on the rooftop of London Rowing Club. So thank you very much to them for hosting us today. And I'm joined by a very special guest here in Tom Ballinger. So Tom has been training with the GB squad at Caversham this year. Unfortunately, had a bit of a nasty back injury back in April. So at the moment he's sort of out recovering and working on that and getting back up to fitness. But today he's come down here to support his club's crews from Marlow Rowing Club. So, I mean, Tom, how's the water looking out there? And, what would you be thinking if you were out there racing today?
Hi Will, thanks for having me. The water looks really quite nice. I mean, sometimes it gets really rubbish here with all the wash and stuff. But the water I think it's going down. Safe to say it's going down?
Yeah, I think the tide is going out.
And compared to yesterday, the weather's a lot more still. So it's actually quite nice out there, to be honest with you. I guess the aim of the game is to make sure that when the water goes down, you just stay in the middle as much as possible. I've done this once in a quad, and I was steering it from bow. And for me, it was especially on the straightest parts. It was just making sure that you're right in the middle. You can see as much of the river as possible. Just don't go towards the edges because you just lose a lot of speed.
Absolutely. And I believe you've done this in a few sweet boats as well?
Yes, I think I did it in 2018 in a sort of Thames Cup crew combination 4. Didn't go very well. It was quite heavy, we blew quite a lot. But yeah, it's good to do. Fortunately, I was at stroke then, so you can sort of blame the guy at bow for having a rubbish line.
And how does it compare doing it in a 4 versus a quad? And I suppose compared to racing the 8's head, because I suppose everyone does the 8's head here. They've got a Cox guiding down the course, but how is it doing a long old course in a smaller boat?
I'd say the 8 is obviously a lot louder, a lot noisier, and you can sort of. I've done 8's head normally at the back of the boat, so I can see everyone, I can hear everything. It's quite loud, and then you compare it to like a 4 or a quad. A 4, it's obviously a bit slower, a bit more levery, whereas a quad, I think I did it a long time, 2016 I think, so a very long time ago. But it's just a lot more tappy. It's a lot more looser. You probably rate maybe a pip or so higher than a 4. But yeah, I mean, there's less in a 4. There's less to worry about. You've only got one blade each, so yeah, it depends really.
Fair enough. And we've seen you down there, cheering out crews from your club, Marlow Rowing Club, going out onto the water. I mean, what can you say about those crews today? We've seen some obviously really strong performances from Marlow Rowing Club under head coach Jamie Axton in the last couple of years.
Yeah.
Winning the Y-Folds in 2024 and having that quad in the final of the Prince of Wales this year. So what can you say about those crews from what you've seen?
Due to my back injury, I haven't been able to go down there much, but when I have been down there, the quality has been really high. Quantity of training sessions compared to other training programs like maybe Oxbrookes or Leander, you don't train as much, but when they go down there, the quality is really high. Everyone's got jobs, so whenever people go down there, it's because they want to be there. They spend a lot of time there, and essentially you get up in the morning, they go for a row, and then they shower, leave, and go to work. But yeah, Jamie Axton did a great job recently. Rode at him briefly at Leander for a bit. He took the reins at Marlow and he's done an absolutely brilliant job. I mean, the guys coming in the final at the Prince of Wales is amazing. Those guys were sweeping the year before. And then winning the Y-Folds, again, absolutely awesome. He's only had the club for maybe 4 years, 5 years now, maybe?
Less than that, I think.
3 years?
Yeah.
And he's already got a Henley win in his boat and, 2 finals. So yeah, it's a really cool program down there. Everyone's really nice. And it's a really cool thing to be part of.
Good stuff. So just been informed the crews are underway. We're obviously down in Putney near the finish line and they've only just started up in Chiswick. So I suspect it'll be the best part of 15 minutes before they're coming past us. But they are indeed underway and racing down towards us, and we'll let you know as soon as we can see them sort of coming past Harrods. Obviously a few kind of pretty much World Championship combinations out there today. I think notably the men's 4 that won the gold medal at the World Champions this year will be kind of racing in their full combination. So from what you've seen, what are your predictions and what are the crews to really watch out for that might put in a really storming performance today?
I think that 4 from the World Championships, that Leander 4, will be obviously very, very quick and strong. Those guys did a racing summer together last year and it clicked and it was absolutely awesome for those guys to come away with the win. 3 of those guys were at Cambridge last year. They had a great year, obviously. They started off by winning the Head of the Charles. and then I think any sort of race they entered, they won. Dan Graham was fortunate enough to get into that boat. He worked his way into it, won every sort of seat race, so he earned a spot. And he's great at bow, sets the boat, steers great line, so they'll be going strong. Then I think you've got another 4 from Caversham with 3 Oxford Brooks guys and a Newcastle lad, Will Stewart at bow. I believe it's Fergus at 2, Chop, David Buick-Chopley at 3, and Sam Nunn at stroke. So they will be like hot on their heels. They'll be going for the win as well.
Yeah. Are they in the Cox 4 or the Coxless? I think they might be in the.
If they're in the Cox 4, I presume they'll be going for the win as well.
But yeah, no, they'll be close, I'm sure, on time.
And then with the other guys at Leander, they're doing a Cox 4 as well. So I think the Cox 4 will be very, very tight. You've got 2 national 4s in their respective clubs. But I can't see anyone else pipping the Coxless 4. If it goes well, they'll win.
Do you think overall, or
what, quicker than a quad?
Yeah.
I mean,
how close do you think that will get?
I mean, it's hard to say because I think even if you had a quicker crew on the worst line, because the stream is so strong here and it dictates the speed so much. If the line goes wrong, there could be times where a sweep boat goes quicker than a sculling boat. But I think overall, I mean, in terms of quads, you've got the Leander quad will probably. I think my money will be on the Leander quad taking the quads.
Makes sense.
The men's 4 will be the Leander 4, and then I hope I'm looking forward to seeing what the Marley guys can do. But they'll be up there as well. They're going off 3rd, and then you have another separate GB quad with Jack Beaumont stepping in, and Matt Rowe, who obviously predominant sweeping. He was the men's 8 at Worlds. He's at stroke. Am I right in saying that?
I don't know actually. But I will take your word on it.
So they've got a sweeper in that quad, and they'll be really good. Jack's at bow. He's done this race plenty of times. So the line will be really good. I think the most important thing is the line. If you get the line right, the splits will come. If you knacker the line up, you're in a world of pain.
And sort of, you mentioned you've obviously steered the course in a Coxless boat.
Yeah.
If you're sat up at the start, ready to do it, what's going through your head in terms of the steering? It's obviously a big responsibility, and often, people are used to doing the 8's head, having a Cox do it. So, what's your kind of key thoughts and strategy on steering the race with the steering foot?
I think first of all, you've got to look at the order, depending on where they're set off. And so, say if you have a crew that's in front of you, that's getting set off in front of you, that is not necessarily as quick as you. You have to sort of have a team chat about overtaking, because when you overtake, it's really important that you don't jeopardise the line in the stream. So you've got to take that into account when and where to overtake. So it's sort of like, if you're steering, you've got to make sure the calls are clear and concise. If you have to shove the rudder on quickly, you've got to make sure the guys know what's going on. You haven't just caught a crab or something. But mainly, again, it's staying in the middle. The biggest marker for me was, I remember Hammersmith on one of the second lampposts, making sure that as you come under it, if you look up briefly, you can see that you're under that. And you sort of, from there, you've got about 2 and a bit K left.
That's right, yeah.
And you just sort of want to make sure you come under the bridge, you're right underneath that second lamppost, and you slightly have the rudder ever so slightly, so you keep in the stream. Do not go straight, because as you come towards Fulham Stadium, the water gets very slow there. The water,
is
it shallow? It's quite shallow there.
It is,
So if you stay straight, you'll end up on that bank and you'll lose split. So there's a lot of indicators that you can use. The first part of the race will be very, very washy. It normally is, where everyone gets set up and starts. So you've got to make sure you keep the calls nice and calming. And then sort of as you get close towards the finish, you make sure you do a really good job telling the guys what's going on, where you are, where the race is at. And almost a case of when you get to the Black Boy here, it's hell to leather, really.
Absolutely. I think from my perspective of having Cox on this course, once you get under that Hammersmith point, you can start to see the finish line, but it's still 2.5K away, and you have to make sure you kind of stay wide in that fast water, like you say, and don't go onto the Fulham flats, and kind of stay in that fast water, follow the curve of the big sweeping bend. I mean, in terms of sort of managing a sort of 17-18 minute race like this, do you like to be near other crews and overtaking and kind of feeling other crews around you, or do you like to be quite internal and really treat it as a time trial, like as what it is, and just row in your own bubble and your own rhythm? Kind of what are the pros and cons of each, and what's your preference?
I'd say in terms of the heads race on this stretch, it really depends. If you're in an 8 with a Cox or a Cox boat, so a Cox 4, that really doesn't have to come down to you. You can let the Cox do his thing. But if you're in a Cox boat especially, you've got to take that into account. You've got to make sure that you know where a crew is when you're trying to overtake them, if not. And unfortunately, sometimes you might be overtaken as well. And so it's one of those things where, do you let the faster crew go past you, or do you make sure you hold your line and do the best thing for you? So it really depends. Coxless boat, I'd say treat it, keep it internal, make sure everyone knows, make sure there's one person in the boat telling you, communicating to you that you know where you are. In a cox boat, I'd say keep it internal. Let the cox do those calls. Just treat it like an ergo. Just get your head down. Make sure you respond to calls and do your best, really.
And I think physiologically as well. Obviously, most of us train for sort of 2K racing. 6-minute racing. This is 3 times that. So how do you manage your pacing going into a race like this when you're used to training for that 2K distance and suddenly you've got to go 3 times as far?
It's definitely a very hard race. If you do it properly, as the years have gone on, you've always had crews, just the winning crew is always slightly rated higher and longer, and so it's a very demanding race. In terms of preparation, it's really hard. You've sort of got to make sure that your training pieces include calls that you will do in the race, so they're familiar, they're not different. Get used to being on the river. You're gonna hit rubbish in the water. You might hit a flying fish. Who knows? Like, anything can happen because there's anything in the water. So it really depends on the day. Thankfully, the water's quite low. It's like flat. But yeah, just make sure you treat it like the race that it is. It's going to be long. It's going to be very, very hard. But everyone's in the same boat. You're going with the stream, and yeah, just keep your head down and go for it.
Yeah, and as an athlete, sort of, especially in a coxless boat, is it easy to know kind of where you are on the course, how far in you are, how far's left, or is it quite easy to lose track when you're kind of looking down the boat and staying in the boat and on such a wide river?
Well, I think in a coxless boat, if there's one person that's doing the calls, normally it's the person that we're doing the steering as well. So that individual will know. I think you should learn where the markers are, so you know how far into the race you are. And so, same as if it was a cox, really. Probably you can't do as many calls because you're racing as well. But if you're doing the calls, you should know and memorise where the markers are of the race, so you know whether you're 500 metres in or 6k in. Obviously, if you're part of a crew as well, you should probably know a few big markers like Chiswick Bridge, Hammersmith Bridge, the Black Buoy, the milepost, those sort of things. So there shouldn't be any surprises, but ultimately the person that's doing the calls should be able to make sure they know where they're going and communicate in the right way.
Absolutely. And do you think kind of getting on the river and practicing, or even you're racing on this as home water? I know perhaps you haven't rowed at a club here as your home water, but do you think that's a big advantage, kind of getting that training in beforehand, or even being here every day?
Yeah, definitely. You sort of get used to what the tide wave can throw at you. Like I said, it's quite flat and nice out, so there's not a lot of wash, but like say if it was washy and you train on this every single day, you know exactly what you're dealing with. Whereas if you're on a river, like a smaller river, maybe in Oxford or Henley, it's not as washy. The logs in the water won't be as big. So yeah, I think it plays a massive advantage if you know with what you're dealing with, just so you're aware.
Yeah, I think we can now see the first crews coming down. So they're well past Harrods, about 2k or so away. I can see that Leander quad. So hopefully we might swing the camera angle around and start to see those crews come towards us. So we're going to move behind the screen so we can commentate on what you're seeing. Awesome. And we will start to bring you the rowing and tell you a little bit about these crews as they come past.
Can you hear us?
Yes.
Right. No, I'm good.
Or you can sit on this if you want.
That's right.
Yeah, so we've got the first few crews coming towards us. I think you've got sort of crew 4 and 5 in shot there. So obviously Leander A leading down. How are they looking, Tom, from your eyes and through the binoculars?
Yeah, pretty good. These guys train together quite a lot. I think these guys, 2 of these guys raced in a quad last year with each other, so they know how each other race. At this point in the race, you're probably thinking about the finish, to be honest with you. and they look really, really good. They're keeping it together. The rating's really nice and high. It's long and levered, and yes, they're doing a great job. And they seem to be have moved away from the crew behind them. If you can see, you've got about 4 crews that are quite close together. So that will be, as you get towards the finish line, that will be quite tight. But this Leander quad look like they're sort of setting the pace. They look very, very good, very quick, and they look like they're probably going to come away with the win here. So they're just going past the Black Boy now. You've probably got about 600-700 metres left now.
Yeah, just trying to bring you pictures of this. Just slight. There we go. They're in shot. Slight issues with the camera support there, but we've got them in now. It looks like that gap has really, really opened up as well. So they've perhaps had the opportunity there just to obviously setting off first, set their own line, row their own race, have their own water, which I think is a real privilege. I know you've perhaps have you done that at the 8's Head, or did you start off second when you won it?
Yes, I started second. Yeah.
But I think this Leander crew probably a pretty safe bet for the overall fastest time. Quad Skull setting off first, and a couple of world silver medalists from the quad in there. I think Rory Harris coming in fresh off the back of his win in the double at D Autumn Head the other week.
You've also got Tobias in that quad as well. He raced in the 2022 boat race. He rode at Oxford for a long time. He knows this course very, very well. Sat at 3. So I'm sure his expertise and knowledge of the course is absolutely vital.
Yeah, absolutely. Having that proper kind of boat race prep, all the training they do on this course and racing on it and kind of understanding where the fast water is, I'm sure is a kind of big advantage and someone you want in your crew coming into this race. I've got another quad, I think, of Caversham athletes here. Looks like a bit of a composite. Can you tell us anything about that one?
So here we've got Jack Beaumont at bow, Matt Rowe at 2, Callum Dixon at 3, and then Tom Barris at stroke. Matt Rowe is obviously a predominant sweeper, but he's jumped into the squad. Jack Beaumont coming out of retirement once again, setting a great rhythm. Just behind them you've got Marlow and you've got London Rowing Club. Looks very tight. At this point in the race, you should be past the red line, not a lot left, and you're thinking about making sure you finish the race off really well.
Yeah, and that Marlow crew, can you tell us a little bit about the lineup there? It's obviously your club now.
So we've got Jack Keating at bow, Max Bird at 2, Bryn Ellery at 3, and Jake Wincombe at stroke. Max Bird and Bryn were at Windsor Boys, Jack's Leander Rur, and then Jake Wincombe rode at Brooks and also spent a lot of time in the national team.
And now I think in your shot, the crew from London Rowing Club, it looks like they might have chased that Marlow crew down a bit. Maybe they set off quite close behind, or they've closed that gap up. So another really strong quad and good programme in London.
Yeah, those guys will know the course really well, so they'll know exactly where to overtake, exactly what line is quickest, and so they'll absolutely utilise that.
I've just also have Reading University, so I think they were right up there in the Prince of Wales last year. Obviously a university crew, but in the semi-finals of the Prince of Wales last year, and a club, university club that's 100% sculling, really focused on quads rowing and looking really strong there as well.
Here you've got Gloucester Hartbury College and being chased by Leander Rowing Club.
So second Leander boat here. Any GB athletes in that crew? Or is that the kind of club-based guys from Leander chasing down?
I think that's a club-based group. Those guys will train at Leander full time. You might have, I think we've got James Cartwright at stroke. He spent a bit of time in the team. Raced Henley last year with the men at Leander, won the ladies' plate.
And how is it for some of those athletes who switch between sort of sweep and sculling a lot? Is that quite tricky to do, or are there some athletes who just are so used to both that it's easy to do?
I think some athletes make it look a lot easier than it actually is. I mean, they're in essence, you've obviously got one blade of sweeping and 2 blades of sculling, but at the end of the day, they're very much the same. You're trying to move the boat past the water, or water past the boat, depending on which way you look at it. And so some athletes make it look really, really easy. Some athletes, like myself, make it look a bit difficult.
But I suppose you've done plenty of both. I think you're being very humble there. I'm sure you're pretty good at both. And now I've got another composite crew coming down here. Looks like that might be Birmingham University. Testing my blade knowledge there. I'm just going to pull up the list and make sure we're getting these right, because I know sometimes we We don't. But yeah, this crew number 11, Dart, Totnes, Norwich and University of Birmingham. So a bit of a composite. I think I did get my kit and crew colours there right. It looks like they've overtaken crew number 9 from Nottingham University. And now we've got that Coxus 4 we were talking about there. So these are the current world champions in the Coxus 4, just chasing down Nottingham University. So crew number 17 coming on to crew number 9 there. So that's been a lot of overtakes there. How do you think sort of Dan Graham at Bow, who's steering that, has managed it?
I think timing the overtake's really important. They've got a nice wide part of the river here, so you probably won't get a lot of wash. But I mean they're going for it. They're looking really good, really nice and long and effective. And they're probably going to overtake 2 quads. That's pretty impressive, right? I think so. And another big sort of unit in that crew in James Robson. What can you say about him? Best rig on the river. I agree. I've now got this Brooks Coxus 4 coming down. Perhaps another couple of Caversham athletes in there. How are they looking from your eyes? Yeah, they look really good. They're keeping the rhythm nice and high. Sometimes some crews will, by this point, the rate has come down or they've got really short and it just becomes a slogging event. But actually they're keeping it nice and long, nice and loose, and had a newly appointed head coach, Valley Brown. I'm sure he's implemented some really good tactics and going to the line now. Hearing some big cheers for this London Coxus 4 here. London, of course, winners of the Thames Challenge Cup at Henley last season, so another really strong programme there, and obviously getting their home support as they come through the final 250 metres. Another couple of local crews here, another London Rowing Club crew and a Coxus 4 from the University of London. Looks like this London Rowing Club crew might be overtaking here next to the line of boats. So obviously really strong depth, I think, in that London programme. I've just seen 2 really good-looking Coxus 4s from that club come through here. So perhaps another strong year for them off the back of their really impressive win in the Thames Challenge Cup last year. And the Whitefolds as well, I think they won. So programme with a lot of depth that's really come on in the last few years to challenge Thames, who we can now see on our screen, Thames B Coxus 4 here. Yeah, I mean, I think it's incredibly invaluable, really, when you've got 2 clubs on the Tideway that are going for it. The quality recently has got incredibly high. As I said, Thames Rowing Club won the Thames Cup in the past 10 years, probably 8 times out of 10. And recently you've got London Rowing Club coming to the mix, and they had an astounding crew last year. So the fact that on such obviously it's quite a big stretch, but the fact that you've got 2 really good rowing clubs so close to each other will only mean that the rowing is going to get absolutely incredible. Yeah, absolutely. Another Thames crew coming through here. We've got first couple of provisional results here. So currently, provisionally, the overall winner is the Leander Championship Quad, 17:55 their time. And in second place overall is that Coxus 4 we were talking about in 18:12. So perhaps as expected, but really impressive performances from both of those crews. And I think nonetheless, the times are still, for those crews, the times are very, very quick. They're not coming down making it an easy row. They're committing to it. They're giving it their all, and they're doing a really good show. Absolutely. And then in third place overall currently we have the Reading University Quad, so really strong showing from that university crew there. Perhaps we will see them right up there in the Prince of Wales again at Henley next summer. Crew from Molesey coming through now, and camera just moving over to another Leander crew, I think the third Coxus 4. Any idea who's in this one? Absolutely no idea. I think this might be some of the guys that won the Ladies' Plate at Henley last year, so the club-based athletes who are sort of looking to break into the GB team in the coming years. Yes. I think you've got Levin de Graaf. Yes. Stroke. Yeah. And then I have no idea who's in that Leander 4. Fair enough. And I've got another University of Nottingham crew being having overtaken a crew from Radley College. Now I know, Tom, you've done a bit of coaching at Radley College in the past, so what can you say about the rowing at Radley? Yeah, so I was fortunate enough to coach the J14 4th 8, doing my best to sort of give them some rowing wisdom, dare I say. But yeah, Sam Townsend's got a really good squad there. Setup's really good, the school support it a lot, and yeah, I'm sure they're on to great things. I've got the Leander Cox 4 that just went past your screen there. So a couple of world silver medalists in the men's ace in that, in Miles Beeson and Archie Drummond. I think coxed by Erin Kennedy. So double
Paralympic gold medalist in the mixed cox 4 there. So another very strong crew of Caversham athletes being chased by the Brooks cox 4 that we mentioned, with David Buick-Cockley and Fergus and Will Stewart. So how are they looking to your eyes?
Yeah, again, I think with the cox 4, it can become heavy really easily. But they're keeping it long and loose. They're keeping the rate high, and it looks really effective.
Another big cheer for London Rowing Club here. Really tidy looking cox 4 from London, actually. Nice and sharp, nice and long there. And a bit more side-by-side action coming up behind them, with Thames and Imperial neighbours on the tideway. Looks perhaps like, number 138 Imperial there, I think I see. But looks like perhaps Thames moving through the Imperial coxless 4 there. Yes, so our photographs have begun uploading, if you'd like to check those out. So today we've got 3 members of the team out there. We've got Callum on Chiswick Pier, shooting some wonderful photos from the bank. We've got Kit on Barnes Bridge, getting some photos from the overhead angle on the bridge. And then we've got Rory up at Chiswick Bridge, getting some beautiful 4K slow-mo video clips. So all of those are available to purchase either individually or in our packages, which include either all the photos of the crew or all the photos and the video on our website over at www.allmark.one. So those photos from the bank will be going online already there, and then photos from the bridge will be up later today along with the video. So do go and check those out. Some nice memories from today's racing for you all. Let's have a look. So I'm just going to have a look at some more results here. We've just had Marlow Rowing Club come through, and now another crew from Radley College, a cox 4 this time. So quite a big showing from that school club today. We obviously had the first ever running of the junior 4s head yesterday, but it's good to see these junior crews still keen to sort of race with the seniors at the main 4s head. So we have... see what else we've got in terms of results. 4th overall, 3rd in the quads, crew from London Rowing Club. The 2nd Leander quad were 5th overall. Marlow Rowing Club's quad, 7th overall. The composite quad, Tideway Scullers University of London, were 6th overall on the provisional results. So thank you very much to the organisers, all the volunteers, marshals, umpires and timing team out there getting these results out so promptly so these athletes can see how they've done as soon as off the water, and so that obviously we can read out these results and bring those to you. I think just at Tobias Schroeder. Yeah. I think we have the first of the women's crews coming past here, overtaking one of the men's cox 4s. So I think this is a very similar lineup to that which won the silver medal at the World Championships in the quad this year, and with some Olympic gold medalists from Paris on board in that women's quad, and looking very strong. Perhaps another sort of firm favourite for the win today, along with the Leander men's quad and men's coxes 4. Looking good as they do that. But a very strong looking university crew from Reading University chasing them down past the line of boats. Yeah,
they look very strong. It's interesting actually, because you get sort of women's quads, when they get to the top speed they can start getting quicker than some men's boats. Obviously the men's boat they were overtaking was a cox boat, but you know, again, the speeds of these women's boats, they're astronomically high sometimes. Absolutely, really impressive, and sort of quite probably, yeah, adds a bit of fun to the race to be kind of chasing down crews of a sort of different boat class and category, and sort of working your way through the category that set off ahead of you. Very tidy looking composite local crew this. It looks like University of London and Tideway Scullers coming past us. Okay, so Tom is going to head off and cheer his Marlow Rowing Club crews back in off the water. So he's going to hand over to Alex, our resident Canadian and rower from Cambridge, London, Canada, all over the place. And we are going to keep giving you our very uninformed commentary on what is going on.
I'm sure you know better than me, Wolf, as two-time Henley winner here, as well as some smaller head races. We also have, I think, Max today. Not Max. Oliver, sorry. We got Oliver working camera, so if you have any feedback for him about panning, please give him a shout. We'll politely tell him to not give anyone seasickness today.
Yes, yeah. I think Rory yesterday, perhaps taking inspiration from Paul Greengrass's Born trilogy with some of his camera work, but hopefully no foggy lenses or shaky cam today. Another home crew coming past their boathouse here, London Rowing Club Women's Quad.
We have a big bunch here now.
Yes,
bunch of
big
crews.
bunch. It looks like
Crew 45.
second crew from Reading University, possibly. A quad from Upper Thames Rowing Club. So Mark Banks, I think, coaches that women's squad these days. Very long-standing, accomplished coach over the years, and a quad from Tideway Scullers on their home water here. And now it looks like the first of the women's Coxless Fours is coming into view. So crew from Leander Club, I think, with some Olympic and World Championship medalists on board. Looking long, looking tidy. It looks like they've overtaken some of the quads there and kind of been working their way up through the category. Juliet Perry there in the 3-seat, helping pass that rhythm down the boat. And quad from Nottingham University. I think that Coxless 4 might have moved past, and now starting to see a flood of Coxless 4s mixed up with the quads coming down. So we've got Thames Rowing Club, University of Birmingham there. They've had some really strong results, I think, with their lightweight double winning at Henley Women's Regatta and Bucks. So really strong sculling program on the women's side at University of Birmingham that we've seen in the last couple of years. Shout out to Dee Dee, who I expect will be in that crew. Her dad, the proprietor of one of my favourite bars, the Blackbush, up in Chester.
Hashtag not sponsored, just so we're clear.
No, not sponsored. I pay for my pints.
Someone asked in the chat, would anyone know the start interval between boats? And I'm pretty sure they just go as soon as they're ready.
I think they probably aim for sort of 20 seconds, about 3 crews a minute. I think, in the bigger boats, if you're getting less than that, then you're really getting in the other crews wash. But if you're getting out to more than 30 seconds, then it takes too long to get, all 400 crews past. So I think they aim for a sort of 20-second or so interval. Looks like a bit of a battle paddle for a couple of home crews from Thames Rowing Club here, racing each other down the track. So they'll be used to doing this in training, sitting side by side and rowing all the way down this Tideway course. So just another day on the river for them almost, but battling it out right to the line.
Yeah, it's always fun to see teams compete, even though they're part of the same club, and there's always bragging rights.
Absolutely, and a crew from a little bit further up on the River Thames here, Molesey Rowing Club.
With their signature black and white unisuits.
Absolutely, and looks like they've got a bit of space around them there, so maybe a bit more able to row their own race rather than be focused on sort of the competition, the crews around them. I think there's, like I've been saying, pros and cons to both of those things, either rowing in your own bubble or getting mixed up in the action with lots of other crews.
We have another big bunch here with a bunch of crews.
We think we can see somewhere the first of the women's coxed falls here.
That Leander boat leading
another
the pack.
Leander boat, coxed by Jack Totham, world bronze medalist in the women's 8 this year, and also boat race winner of Oxford. So he will know this course very well, and I think holds the accolade of winning both the women's 8's head and the men's 8's head earlier this year. So if you want someone steering your boat down this Tideway head course, Jack Totham is your man. Now a couple of ancient arch rivals here, Molesey Boat Club and Thames Rowing Club in the Coxed Fours. Two very strong club programmes and two very strong looking Coxed Fours there.
I believe that's a King Racing shell as well, with its signature silver colour.
Yeah, I think that might be Chloe Brew stroking the Thames Rowing Club boat, so double Olympian there and now working in London and rowing at Thames Rowing Club. So really, really strong athlete in that Thames Rowing Club boat. Another home crew here, University of London, their signature purple kit. Again, another crew sort of rowing in their own bubble here, able to row their own race. Now some of the Leander club athletes. It looks like a crew from Oxford here. So, just thinking actually, I'm not sure we've seen many boat race crews here. Have you spotted any Cambridge crews as an alumnus of the university, Alex?
I have
cheering them on?
Perhaps my colour blindness isn't helping me spot the light blue, but that is the Oxford colours coming down. And the women are looking particularly strong this year with... Did they beat the Cambridge crew at head of the Charles, I believe? So I think they're definitely looking to, as they say, turn the tide this year.
Do you think we will see the tide turn this year, Alex? What are you calling?
Well, as a Cambridge alum, I don't think I could say anything but I believe Cambridge will sweep it, but we will see.
Absolutely. And another home crew from Thames Rowing Club coming past us now. So as we've seen over the last decade, massive depth from them on both their men's and women's side. Lots of very strong-looking coxed and coxless fours, both men's and women's, have come past from Thames Rowing Club and all looking very good.
Indeed, with a bucket rig as well. What are your opinions on that, Wolf? Does a bucket help in a four?
I think it really does, yeah. So sort of mathematically... No. Oh, yeah, for the budget one. Mathematically, if you have a bucket in a four, if all oarsmen are equally strong, then the boat should run straight versus a standard rig or a mirror rig where, in theory, the moments of each row about the boat mean it doesn't. The only challenges, I think, are... Maybe for that bow person, they've got two people rowing on the other side in front of them, so they've got to have the skill and the nimbleness to kind of get their blade in with the stroke person. But you maybe don't have the issue with a four that you do in an eight, where bow can end up rowing in stroke to puddle all the time and not able to put their power down as well. So, yeah, I think bucket rigs are a great idea in a four. Mathematically, they should make the boat run straighter. It's just as long as that bow person is sort of up to the job of following someone on their side who's a couple of seats in front of them. Another strong-looking Oxford crew coming down here on your camera now. It looks like we've got the start of the next category, so I think we might be into the academic quads. So back over to some men's crews here, and I suppose as you would sort of expect for Reading University, a really strong academic quad.
Yeah, Crew 72 with W. Buckingham in it. We had a shout out in the chat to Reading University, so big shout out to them. And
I would expect, looking at the gap there, that that Reading crew may be winning that open men's academic quads category. Looks like they've overtaken a couple of women's Cox fours here.
Yep.
However,
Crew 71, City of Cambridge, my home club.
Is that a St. Paul's School crew there on the far side?
That's Crew
75, 73, 75.
Crew 73.
It is indeed. So a very strong-looking quad from the school based up near Hammersmith there. So maybe they could challenge Reading University in this academic category. Interesting. Very tidy-looking crew as you'd expect from Bobby Thatcher's programme, but interesting to see them in a sculling boat rather than a sweep boat today, but still looking very good.
Crew 70 was another Oxford boat. They're surely out in force today. Maybe this is showing their depth of their programme, just putting as many athletes out as possible to race on the championship course.
Absolutely, and a very tidy-looking Reading crew in this academic quads category here.
Yep, with Jay Burridge in the boat.
So it looks like of the boat race squads, we've only seen the Oxford women here today. Interesting, because normally we would expect to see all four squads here, and this is kind of their first big marker where they can race each other instead of obviously in different units and not in eights compare times. So why do you think that might be that we've actually seen most of the boat race squads not come down today?
I think the Cambridge lot are down here, at least from what I can tell. I've definitely seen a few of them around the cafes around, so perhaps they're further down. Actually, no, they should be in the same draw, but maybe they're racing in a different category, but we'll find out. We have a couple more boats coming down. That's Crew 76. Crew 76 is another Reading University boat, and following behind them is Crew 75. So
yeah, looks like my
Westminster School.
On the provisional times, my prediction may have been correct. The Reading academic quad I can see here, I think, finishing 9th overall so far. So really impressive showing from that academic crew there. This academic category looking quite interesting. I can see a lot of universities mixed in with a few of the local schools here as well. So that's quite fun, sort of having those school clubs and university clubs, and perhaps maybe some alumni of these schools will be racing right alongside their old clubs in their university crews.
Crew 77 is another Nottingham crew with their yellow blades. And Crew 78 as well, coming down the track, is University of Surrey Boat Club.
Yeah. It's a really big Nottingham contingent I've seen here today.
Indeed, yeah, they're showing up.
As up there the other week for the Nottingham Autumn Head Race. Good stretch of water on the Trent. A few nice bends to navigate your way around. Also quite wide. You know, not a bad river to prepare for the tideway on in terms of sort of the length of rowing you can get in and the width of the river and how choppy it can get at times.
Yep, Crew 82 coming by us now is Loughborough University. And right behind them, I think it's another University of Reading crew, Crew 80.
That must be 5, 6 men's quads we've seen from Reading University today. So real big showing as we'd expect from that sculling-only programme.
And another London Rowing Club coming by, and you can definitely hear the support. And thanks again to London Rowing Club for lending us their roof for us so we can do this live stream. Crew 87 is Trenton Boat Club with Jay Roycroft.
I think that might be another junior crew there from the northwest of England. Seen some pretty strong quads from that club over the years. Not a school, a rowing club, but yeah, they always seem to have a strong top quad.
And we just had a comment in the YouTube. Thank you, Anthony. He mentioned that 2 Oxford men's crews have also finished the race, so must have just got caught up in a bunch and we forgot to talk about them.
Oops.
Apologies. Crew 91 is Northwich Rowing Club. It's great to see some smaller clubs come down here, for many of whom might be their first time rowing on the tideway, which is always an experience to remember.
Yeah, I think those guys have been in that group for many years, Northwich have a very strong group of athletes who are quite accomplished in both sweep and sculling, and have rowed at university and then gone back to their home club and keep at it. So yeah, always a very strong crew with the Lawton brothers in from Northwich Rowing Club.
Yep, the boats are coming in thick and fast now, so apologies if you don't give your crew too much screen time. Crew 81, who's just come by us, Liverpool University, another great academic crew. And Crew 94 right behind them. It should be Kingston Rowing Club / Molesey Boat Club / Thames Rowing Club. It's a triple composite.
Yeah, a bit of a composite though. I wonder how some of these originate. I suppose there's some that are sort of groups of friends, somewhere there. I don't know, GB squad or whatever. But it's always fun to see the sort of different colours of kit, and I think a few different hats in that composite crew there.
Yeah, Crew 95 seems to be another composite with City of Rowing Club jersey in it too.
City of Cambridge, Clydesdale, Crabtree and Newark.
Yeah.
They're looking very strong. It looks like some big boys in that crew. A nice high rate coming into the line. Really racy crew, moving through some crews there and taking a nice line for their overtakes, sitting right in the stream. So
Crew 93, who also just went by, City of Sunderland Rowing Club. And is that another? No. That's Crew 97 with some Brooks blades, I believe. But I
think that's Walton Rowing Club, similar colours.
Apologies.
Yeah, Walton Rowing Club. So onto the open club quads here.
Crew 99 coming by.
Putney Town Rowing Club, so based up at the other end of the course. So will be a long row back for them. They've got to row the entire course in reverse back to get to their boathouse.
Yep, Crew 96 right behind them, and also another tideweight sculler boat, Crew 98.
And another crew from Molesey. So I suppose, as you'd expect, you're seeing big contingents from the clubs that row on the tideway and a little bit further up the Thames, in the Moleseys, the tideway scullers, the University of London's, and of course the Putney clubs.
And we have Crew 102 coming by us right now.
This is a crew from Army Rowing Club. So I suspect they will be attracting big cheers from all of us here, protecting us, keeping us safe.
Crew 104, is that a Vesta?
I believe it is, yeah, with Imperial blades, but it looks like a Vesta crew. So another crew on their home water here. Another very strong tideway club with a big contingent, big squad. And I believe a very nice social scene at Vesta Rowing Club from what I hear.
Crew 103 as well. 103 with their snazzy.
Peterborough City.
There we go.
We're from a little further afield than the River Thames.
Crew Crew
Looks like they are,
104.
really taking that rate up and emptying the tanks, emptying everything on the legs in this last few hundred meters as they come past us. About 250 to go. That final sprint right to the line.
And how do you, as a cox, how do you pace your crew? If you were coxing a boat down this river, given it's such a long race.
I think there's a couple of key things for me. I think just the first few strokes, as you build out of Chiswick Bridge, I think you've got to get the boat up to a really high speed just for 10 strokes or so. You don't want to be kind of racing off really, really hard and sort of using up all the fuel, all the energy early, but you want to get the boat up to above race speed and race rate so that you're trying to find your race rhythm in a fast-moving boat and come onto it rather than kind of chasing up to find an appropriate race rhythm. So I think building up really nicely just for 10 strokes, 20 seconds, whatever it might be out of Chiswick Bridge is really important. Then for me it's just about consistency through the race. As you start to come into this final section past the Black Boy, about 600 to go, then you can kind of empty the tanks and go for whatever's left. But really it's just about speed coming up out of Chiswick Bridge and then getting onto that rhythm and being really, really consistent.
Crew 112 coming by us right now.
Furnival Sculling Club, so another Tideway crew, maybe not as big a contingent from them as some of the Putney-based clubs, but they're based up in Hammersmith, so on the course, home water for them, and as you might expect, taking a nice line, nice and near the line of boats in that fast water, as you would expect from
Their
a
president,
home crew
Evelyn
here.
Tichy, was an alumni of Wolfson College. She's a great captain, I believe, and I hope she's still captain at Furnival. And Crew 114, who also just went by us, and right now we also have Crew 110 coming by us.
Itchen Imperial Boat Club from down in Hampshire, I think. So the Itchen Navigation, I believe that is where they row, or maybe they are down in Southampton.
So our videographer Rory, who's right at the start on Barnes Ridge, just told us the 200th boat just went by him. So we're almost about halfway done with today's racing.
Halfway done at the start, maybe close to a third of the way done at the finish. Such are the number of crews on the course at any one time.
Crew 113
from Sunderland there.
And right behind him is Crew 115.
So another composite. I'm seeing a lot of composites with as many as 4 different clubs represented in them today, which is very interesting. De Montfort, Hexham, Leeds and Llandaff in that crew.
And Crew 123, is that another Imperial boat?
I believe it is. I believe that might mean we are into the Open Academic Cox Fours.
There we go.
It looks like this Imperial crew has set off second in the category and overtaken University of London. So really, really strong, tidy-looking Academic Coxers 4 from Imperial College there. Just had a change of head coach of that club, I think. I think Dave Loveday is now leading that club. So looking to make his mark with that programme over the next couple of years, and a nice, tidy-looking crew there. And we've got a couple of local crews again. Very, very racy-looking Coxers 4 from Westminster School, racing past their boathouse, chased down by a University of London crew. So impressive showing from the schoolboys there. I think that will be quite fun for them, overtaking that university crew during the race. It's something to push off, and as a junior athlete, it's always fun to be overtaking and beating senior athletes.
So we have a couple more shout-outs in the chat. We have Deborah, great job on live stream commentary, supporting from Boston, Massachusetts, supporting CUBC Women, and Amelie, who's the TikTok star Cox from MIT, I believe. So if she wants to hop on the commentary box later, feel free to let us know. We'd love to have you. And Joseph Ellingham asked what numbers crews are setting off now. So at the start, right about, I think, a couple minutes ago, Crew 200 just set off right after Barnes. So we should see them coming down in about 15 or 18 or so minutes.
I suppose it looks like we have sort of 70 or 80 crews on the course at any one time. 20-minute race, we're looking at about 4 crews a minute, a crew every 15 seconds or so coming past us.
Crew 116 coming by. I think might be another composite. I think I recognize the bowman who rows at Express Rowing Club.
Yes, it is indeed Express Boat Club. Not listed on the draw as a composite, but we're seeing different kits in there. It's hard to tell.
Yep, Crew 129 right behind them.
129. An Oxford University Boat Club men's crew there, and
we
yes,
go.
we must apologise. We managed to,
Missed
or
a couple.
I managed to not notice that they were here today before. So I do apologise.
The dark blues.
It is that dark kit, very stealthy. In that dark kit, you know, very understated and stealthy, and they managed to slip past me. Such was their speed.
Crew 118 coming by, and looks like another quad.
Signet Rowing Club here, so another Tideway-based crew in the club quads. Again, on their home water.
Can hear a lot of big cheers coming by as the crews come by again.
I think that might be another Thames Rowing Club crew. That might be why.
Yep.
Side by side with a
130.
Coxus 4 from University of Liverpool Boat Club.
There we go. It's always fun when you're in a head race, you know, overtaking another boat, even though it is a time trial format.
It is. I think that crew from Thames is the first of the Open Club Coxus 4s. So they're crew 136 overtaking crew 130 there. So, you know, they've made up a few places in that race. That will be really, really enjoyable and exciting, as long as you don't get too, you know, sucked into the moment of overtaking another crew and stay in your own rhythm. And, you know, looks like that steersman navigating it really well, you know, not keeping tight to the other crews without any clashing and staying in the fast water. So good job to that steersman navigating those overtakes down the track.
Yep, on camera now, crew 137, another Thames Rowing Club boat.
Yeah, as we've been saying, and as you'd expect, strong contingent from them, lots of very tidy looking crews.
And coming soon into frame should be crew 138. I believe it's another Vesta boat.
It is indeed.
Crew 133.
I believe that is University College London.
Go UCL.
Yeah, so of course University of London has its boat club, and then some of the constituent colleges of the university also have their own boat clubs. So we'll be seeing crews from UCL, King's, and perhaps some of the other colleges racing here today.
And another London boat coming by, crew 141.
So expect big cheers from down below us as they come past their boathouse. And there they come.
Behind them is 139.
Yeah, crew from Derby Rowing Club. I've seen a really strong top crew from Derby Rowing Club in the last couple of years, and yeah, putting in a great performance here. Just holding off a gaggle of crews behind them. We've got 3 boats side by side now. I think I see a
142.
City of Cambridge crew in there.
Yep, and 135
King's
as
College
well.
London crew and another London Rowing Club crew. So I think well done to those steersmen, you know, navigating that situation where you get 3 boats side by side. You know, that's not easy steering on the foot. And it looks like all of them doing a great job there.
Yeah, especially as you get right to the finish, you're not prepared to concede the line, and you don't necessarily want to steer too much or think too much about steering. Crew 144 and crew 134 coming by.
Yes, a crew from Denmark here who've made the trip over.
Welcome.
Yes, so yeah, big showing from them making that trip over for the Force Head, and maybe we might see them over for the Eights Head and Henley Royal Regatta and some of the other major events in the UK.
Crew 145, another City of Cambridge Boat Club.
What can you tell us about City of Cambridge Rowing Club, Alex?
I
your
could
club.
tell a lot of stories, but I don't think the stories are appropriate for a live stream. But I can tell you that a lot of them are ex-college athletes or ex-university athletes who rowed for Cambridge, and they're just looking to continue their rowing journey while staying in Cambridge. So I think they have the ambitions of being one of the best clubs on the CAM, and they definitely are one of the best clubs on the CAM amongst the other big ones, and they're just trying their best to make an impact on that stretch of river we row on, which is pretty terrible.
Very good, very good. And they were followed by a City of Bristol crew, another strong club over in Bristol, in the southwest.
And if you're watching us on YouTube, feel free to let us know if you're supporting any particular crew, even though if they've already went by. We'd love to give them a shout out and also to learn where you're watching from.
I'm going to remind you all that our photos are going up live. So we have 2 photographers out there today on the bridge and the riverbank. And we have someone shooting some wonderful 4K slow-mo video clips, all of which we'll be able to purchase individually as digital files or prints or in packages with all the photos of your crew or all the photos and the video. So do go and check those out over on www.allmark.one There's some fantastic mementos of the race for you to look at there.
Yeah, it's been a good couple years since we've come back to do a Tideway Fours head race, which is nice. We have another crowd of boats coming through right now. It's crew 151. I think that's another City of Cambridge boat. Crew 152 right behind them, and crew 150. And we have a bit of a gap here before the next boat comes, but these three crews pushing all the way to the line.
That might be a crew from, perhaps just coming to a shot now, Minerva Bath, into their very distinctive yellow kit there.
It's always great to see clubs with fun colors instead of the usual black, blue, or red.
It is indeed. Not to offend those colours.
Not at all. I think they're just very popular, slick colors.
Indeed, indeed. Easy to spot and safe on a grey day such as today.
Crew 154 coming into frame now. It is another Minerva Bath.
And that's 156 now. Cambridge.
Oh, apologies.
So what can you tell me about the rivalry between the different rowing clubs in Cambridge, Alex?
Well, we all share the same stretch of river alongside all of the colleges, and it's always packed, and, you know, it's always a fierce battle to get as much rowing in as we can do. But, you know, at the end of the day, we're all trying our best to represent rowing from Cambridge. Crew 137 and crew 162.
Yeah, side by side there. Another Minerva Bath crew. I think on your screen now might be crew
159, I believe.
159 from Peterborough City. Another crew from Peterborough there.
Crew 158 as well. And crew 161, who should be showing up on your screen immediately.
Yes, so that's City of Bristol and Broxbourne Rowing Club. So in this Club Cox's Horse category, I think we're seeing a lot more crews from around the country, which is great to see. You know, people making the journey up to London for Fours Head of the River, such a historic and special race.
Couple more shout-outs in the chat. Victoria supporting the 99s Cambridge, who just went by. Lynn watching Nottingham Rowing Club, number 153 from South Africa. Go Maidenhead and Rushfield. Northwich Mums watching Northwich from Northwich. Go Northwich.
Go Northwich. Yeah, any more complaints in the chat, Alex, or is it looking okay?
It's looking fine for now, and apologies for not bringing in more guests to talk about rowing, but we are struggling to find people who aren't.
No one was available. I do apologise as well for how uninformed we can be, but
yes. Apologies.
We try to know our club colours at least, or at least hopefully our eyesight is still good enough at our ripe old age to read the bow numbers.
I'm definitely reaching for those binoculars right now.
But if anyone wants to come on and say hello, be a special guest, or join the commentary team, then pop down to London Rowing Club and send us a message, and do come and join.
Crew 166 also coming by us, and a couple more boats now.
From Bedford Rowing Club. Bedford, a very popular location for us at AllMarkOne. We were at Bedford Autumn Head the other week, and we've got Star Club Head tomorrow. So one of our favourite stretches of river, and the home water of one of our co-founders, Richard Mann.
Yeah.
And speaking of Bedford, I think we have a crew from Star Rowing Club, the other club in Bedford, chasing down the Bedford Rowing Club crew.
So crew 167,
local
right
rivalry there. Crew 167, Kingston Rowing Club. A little further up the Thames, a little less wide and choppy than this stretch. But today the water is looking very nice out there.
Yeah, it looks perfect to row on, unlike yesterday where the juniors had to battle it out in the rain. So
yes, my predictions about the weather turning out to be correct in saying it would be better today so far.
Shout out to Walton RC from the chat. And crew 170 coming by, and crew 165 also coming by.
So that's a crew from Upper Thames Rowing Club there, crew 170, coached by David Lister, very, very experienced and wise coach who looks after that squad at Upper Thames, I believe.
And they are followed by a crew from, is that Putney Town? Or is it Maidstone Invicta? I don't have my binoculars in my hand.
What number was it?
I couldn't see.
Apologies.
Not that my eyesight is getting any worse. Oh, there are my binoculars. I will get those out. Crew 169 here. Putney Town Rowing Club, there they are.
Yeah, I got the draw. Another bunch of boats coming by us.
I think I see perhaps a Reading Rowing Club crew there, missing their bow number, but I think I recognise that kit. And then crew 177, another Upper Thames crew.
Yep, crew 176 also went by.
Evesham Rowing Club. Another Reading Rowing Club crew, so a big contingent from Reading Rowing Club in this Open Club Cox's Falls category. I've got to say this is looking like quite a big category, the Open Club Cox's Falls, and it's great to see so many different clubs from around the country racing here today. You know, club rowing, it can be tricky to fit in the training for what is such a demanding sport, you know, alongside full-time work and families and other commitments. So it's great to see so many tidy, strong-looking club crews racing on the tideway today in these Cox's Falls.
Crew 171, I believe it's another city of
Cambridge 99, I
Apologies.
think. Can't even recognise his own club there.
Crew 178.
That is Warwick Rowing Club, or Boat Club. I think it's probably Rowing Club.
And crew 174.
From Broxbourne Rowing Club. Molesey crew coming down, so one of the bigger clubs with a bigger contingent that we've seen here today, as you would expect historically, at this club Cox's 4. Number 186 there. So Alex, tell me, when were you last racing on this course, if I may ask? Or
I've only raced once on the tideway, actually, and
what can you tell me about your experience on the tideway?
I vividly remember us passing the first bridge and our cox telling us, "Oh, we're a fifth of the way there," and the split just dropped about 20 seconds. So we were not prepared for how long this race would be, as a Cambridge club that rows in 20-stroke bursts at most before the traffic catches up to us.
Bit of side-by-side action there from Nottingham Rowing Club and another Minerva Bath crew, I believe. Is it? No. What number are they? One.
Crew 187 coming by us now, another Vesta Rowing Club boat.
So yeah, I've seen quite a big contingent from them on their home water, as you might expect.
And right behind them, they've lost their bow number, but it doesn't matter. We can recognize those uni seats anywhere. It's Lee Rowing Club. Go Big Orange. And probably a shout out to Claire Burley, a Hong Kong athlete who used to row at Lee and now is trying very hard to qualify for the next Olympics, I believe.
Yeah, that Lee Rowing Club crew looking maybe a little close over to the Fulham wall, taking the shorter line rather than perhaps the faster water there. But
Crew 181 also just went by, is Royal Air Force Rowing Club.
And we've now got crew 184, I believe, in your shot. Another crew from Furnival Rowing Club. Sorry, Furnival Sculling Club, I think it's called, isn't it?
Indeed.
Up in Hammersmith. We've got a crew from Maidenhead Rowing Club there. So maybe a club we more associate with sculling, certainly on the junior side, but a club sweep boat on the senior side for them there. I think perhaps being chased down by a crew from Norwich Rowing Club. So seeing a few more regions represented perhaps in this club category than in some of the open categories, with crews from further afield that maybe don't row on the Thames, have different home water. 193 is Oxford Amateur Rowing Club. Looks like they've overtaken crew 190, another Vesta Rowing Club crew there. Again, another crew from a little further afield. Warrington Rowing Club in their distinctive blue and yellow kit. Looks like they've maybe made up a few overtakes. Looks like crew from Furnival 189 might be coming past there. Now, Quintin crew, again on their home water, based up at the other end of the course. So many clubs on this tideway stretch of water, each offering something slightly different, whether that's a very high performance rowing environment or a slightly more social or recreational rowing experience. But such a variety of clubs on the tideway, and of course all out here racing on their home water today. That's a crew from Globe Rowing Club over in East London. I think they are just holding off their arch rivals from that part of town, Curly Rowing Club, who row over on the docks by London City Airport. I think we're into the Open Senior Academic Cox Fours here, this Imperial College crew catching up to the last couple of Club Coxers Fours there, looking long and tidy. Nice and tight on the line of boats, really solid line as you'd expect from that home crew here. Being chased down by a very strong looking Hampton school crew. Looks like they've held that gap onto the coattails of the university crew very well there. So again, schoolboys mixing it up with the university crews in these academic categories, which I'm sure is great fun, sort of as a junior athlete, chasing down those senior athletes. Last couple of Club Coxless Fours there. Now into the thick of it with the academic Coxed Fours. Two St Paul's crews here, both looking very long, very tidy in that typical Bobby Thatcher style. Looks like one might have overtaken the other as well, so they've had a good battle on their home water, past their boathouse perhaps here. And a Hampton school crew, coached by Josh Butler. Just a little bit further up the Thames, Hampton, based on that Molesey stretch. Have a mic. I'm joined by Oliver, who has joined us today and been doing excellent work on the camera so far. We've just had a little switch round. He's joining the commentary team now. We've got two University of London crews. It looks like battling it out here. Crew 207 and crew 210. So crew 210, I think, perhaps having made up a few places there, chasing down their club mates. So a bit of intra-club battle paddling there down the line of boats into the finish line through Putney. Good fun for those crews. Hopefully no clashing. Another Club Coxus Four there. I think perhaps Furnival Sculling Club crew being chased by another Imperial Coxed Four. Now we have a crew from Cambridge University men's squad, so I'm sure Alex will be very pleased to see that as an alumnus. Side by side with a Nottingham University crew. It looks like that Cambridge crew has made a few overtakes, made up a few places, and is just finishing it off down the line of boats, taking that fast water next to the line of boats. And the home crew just gone past their boathouse, Westminster School. now a University of Birmingham crew coming through here. Men's Cox 4 from them. As I was saying earlier, we've seen some really strong women sculling from them, but a few boats from across that club racing here today. A few crews all at once here. Another Radley College crew. Big showing, big contingent from them here today. Been chased by an Oxford University boat that looks to have closed up there. I think that might be a University of East Anglia crew, and then another Cambridge boat. So I do apologise, we are seeing the boat race squads racing here today in the academic category. Another tidy looking Cox 4 from Imperial College, following that Cambridge crew down. So 3 Cox 4s there from IC out here today. And another Cambridge Cox 4. So perhaps a lot of these squads on the academic side having lots of Coxes and fielding lots of Cox 4s today. Having that small person to guide the crew down the course, keep them informed on what's going on, let them know where they are, execute the race plan, and steer that perfect line down this Tideway head course. UCL, crew number 220 on your screen now. So a big showing from that club. Obviously, like I say, there's the University of London Boat Club encompassing a lot of the universities in London, and then some of the individual colleges have their own boat clubs as well. And I think quite a strong contingent from UCL here today. Being chased down by an Oxford crew. Both of them with bucket rigs here. University of York here. I believe we may be up in York next weekend for the York Small Boats Head. So a bit of a longer journey, crews from further afield. It's great to see, crews coming from all over the country down to the Tideway for this race, for a big old battle down this historic course. Bit of a big gap here, but hopefully the camera will swing round. A Norwich Rowing Club crew you're seeing on their way back to wherever they boated from. We've got a lone quad coming down here in the middle of the Cox 4s category. I think that might be a University of Leeds crew. Just looking at the kit, I'm going to get the binoculars out and try to identify them. It looks like an 86, but it is indeed 86. Let's see if I was right. Sorry, Royal Holloway Boat Club, that crew. I do apologise for my misidentification of the colours there. But that crew, I suppose, crew 86, coming down amongst the 220s crews. So it might be that crew's had a bit of a difficult day, maybe arrived late at the start or something like that, or had some technical difficulty and had to start down in division. So that can be very tricky and a big disruption to your planned race day. But it looks like they've handled that well. They've got their race in, they've got their run down the course in. You can hear the cheers from down below us again. Another London Rowing Club crew coming past, chasing down University of Birmingham. I believe with the arrival of that London Rowing Club crew, that means we are now into the Open Senior Club Cox 4s category. Yeah, so the club and academic Cox 4s overlapping here. I see University of York there, another crew from that club. And they are followed by 226 King's College London, another of the University of London College boat clubs. And a club crew from Vesta Rowing Club there. bow numberless crew. And as these cheers keep going on, that means there must be another London Rowing Club crew coming through, overtaking a University of Liverpool crew in the final stretch of the race. Their arch rivals, Thames Rowing Club, are right behind. And then an Oxford College crew here, University College Oxford. So I suppose we see a lot more of the Oxford, Cambridge and indeed Durham colleges racing at the main Eights Head in March, but some of these college crews also making the trip down here today to experience the Tideway course and smash out a fast time. More of the usual suspects, and Morsey Boat Club crew there. Then Hereford Rowing Club. So I think another quite strong squad over in that region there. Seen some strong crews from them in the last couple of years in their distinctive stripy kit. Side by side there with Lee Rowing Club, who I think have caught up to them a little bit down the course. We have another City of Cambridge crew, Alex's home club. Nottingham starting one place down behind them, and looks like they've closed up some of that gap, getting close to being side by side down the line of boats on Putney Embankment. We have a Marlow Rowing Club crew, so big contingent from that club. Obviously talked a little bit about them today. A really, really strong programme, as we said, on the senior and the junior side, with them winning both the boys and girls quads yesterday. And a big contingent from them today in both the Open Championship categories and the club category there. Putney Town Rowing Club here in a bit of a bubble, not really around any other crews, so able to row their own race. Looking long, looking tidy, looks like they've benefited from having a bit of space around them and just being able to focus on their rhythm for their run down the track. City of Bristol crew here, so seeing quite a good sized contingent from them as well. Distinctive diagonal stripe on their blades. And more local crew chasing them down from Vesta Rowing Club. It looks like, I think that City of Bristol crew may have overtaken Vesta Rowing Club, looking at the start order we've got here. Distinctive red and white stripes of Kingston Rowing Club. And yet another Vesta Rowing Club crew being chased down by York City. We've seen both York City and York University here today. I think it is the York Small Boats Head next weekend where we may be in attendance as well. Here another crew from Vesta, so a big contingent from Vesta in this Club Coxed Fours category. And they are followed by another crew indeed from Vesta. Crew 249, Cambridge 99 Rowing Club. 250 crews into the race, 150 or so to go. Getting to the sort of 2/3 way mark through the draw. But it is impressive how quickly these volunteers, marshals, umpires get all these crews off and underway. Getting over 250 crews down here in the space of about an hour and 10 minutes or so. distinctive red and white stripes of Kingston. And then crew from down in the southwest, Darts Totnes. Yeah, seeing some really big contingents from some of the more local clubs here. Perhaps even sort of 10 Cox and Cox's fours from some of these squads. So a big showing, and I suppose impressive that they have all the shells available to boat so many fours when perhaps I suppose you can get more people into an 8. Speaking of which, yet another Vesta Rowing Club crew here. Crew Q from Vesta, which indicates just how many crews they have racing here in total today. Boat Club crew, I think that's number 253 on your screen there.
Almost there! That's so funny. I know. Can't hear me anyway.
259 from Gloucester Rowing Club. Looks like they might have made some overtakes as we have crew 257 from Maidenhead Rowing Club now on your screen.
And I'm back after manning the camera for a bit. We have some more boats coming down. We should be coming towards the tail end of the event now, so thank you to everyone who has tuned in so far. And yeah, I hope you appreciate the live stream, and let us know if there's anything you want us to improve on. We have Heidi Christine Hofs, sorry if I pronounced your last name wrong, cheering on CUBC from Italy. And we have a couple more crews coming down now. That is we have crew 260 coming by. That is Furnival Sculling Club again. 262 just behind him, Oriole Kensington Rowing Club. And also 261, Vesta Rowing Club again. 268. It is Hartbury University and College Boat Club with their Acorn on their uni seats, I believe. And 265 just behind. Signet Rowing Club. We have a bit of a gap here. Milton Keynes Rowing Club. And 266 Mersey Rowing Club. Crew 270 is Birmingham, University of Birmingham, sorry. 263, Army Rowing Club again. I hope everyone bought a copy. 273 is 275. Apologies, is Reading University Boat Club again. Big showing from them. .269 Cardiff University Rowing Club. And followed right behind is Westminster School Boat Club. Yeah, do let us know in the chat of who you're watching out for, and if you have any fun facts about the rowers that you're watching, do let us know. Or else our commentary is just going to be listing out boat numbers for the rest of the day.
We have 276 following closely behind through that short little break, and then through another little break we have Thank God.
Yep, they've lost their bow number. They've been racing pretty intensely.
Following close behind them is 277, my apologies.
Is University of Birmingham.
And then there's quite a gap between those rowers and the next group.
Crew 281, and huge pack coming down now. And 278 in the middle, Reading University Boat Club. 282, Imperial College Boat Club. So we have 274, University of York Boat Club. So it's great to see all the universities coming out in force, battling it out, and we're looking forward to seeing them at both Bucks later this season. So,
and they are putting on quite a good show for the rowing.
Indeed, it's always good to have these races in the beginning of the season, both to show how far you've come and compared to last year, and how far you've got to go for the rest of the season, and hopefully working towards Henley. 283 is University of London Boat Club. 284, Imperial College Boat Club. Big shout out to them. Three of our staff graduated from there. 279, Royal Holloway Boat Club. And 285, Nottingham University Boat Club. Huge gap, but we can see the rest of the boats trickling down. So we are at 285 right now, and the last boat we are looking for is 432. So we still have a good 100 or so boats to go. So do let us know if you're still waiting for one of your rowers to show up. And again, so I'm just going to read through some of the shout-outs that I missed earlier. Kirk Albers, watching from Columbus, Ohio. His son is a first-year grad student in one of the Oxford University boats. Thorsten Pope was supporting Fliss Cox in Reading University champion women's fours quads, starting at 45. So she's well done, and she started rowing at Ross RC. Roy Alloway was watching for Granson Floyd and crew in boat 253 rowing for Warwick, here in Cardiff amongst the recent floods and cheering him on. So I hope everyone's staying as dry as they can with the heavy rainfall. We have another big pack of boats coming by us right now. 295 leading the pack. That is Mortlake Anglian and an Alpha Boat Club. So we are well into the club's coxless odds right now. Crew 288. Cardiff University Rowing. Oh, yep, Cardiff University Rowing Club. The last of the academic coxless fours coming through, 289, is Liverpool University Boat Club. 292 going by us again. As you can hear, the London cheers going very strong. It's great to see the club spirit. Behind them is 290, Swansea University Rowing Club, and that would be the last academic coxless fours, sorry, senior academic coxless fours. Crew 296, Worcester Rowing Club, and Crew 294, Derby Rowing Club. A bit of a gap before the next boat comes. Crew 297 coming by soon. Upper Thames Rowing Club. Looking very strong right now, pressing those finishes out. I think that's a show of a real strength of a crew as they go by. Even though they're reaching the end of the race, they're keeping their form up. Crew 299 coming through now, Mortlake Anglian and Alpha Boat Club. Hot on their heels is Crew 301, Hollingworth Lake Rowing Club / Warrington Rowing Club. So another composite crew. Yeah, Mosey's fast already. Yeah. Crew 300 with City of Oxford Rowing Club. Apologies as I tried to catch up. They are very fast. 307. Another big London cheer. That will be alright, thank you though. Crew 302. Looking very clean in their quad. Crew 304 as well, and Crew 305. So 305's pushing for an overtake. City of Bristol and Reading Rowing Club. Right behind him is Crew 308. Rob Boy Boat Club, a smaller Cambridge club, but great to see them down here regardless. 310, I believe that's a Vesta club. And 306. Furnival Sculling Club. Crew 303. Hot on their heels. City of Oxford. Right behind them is Crew 309. Globe Rowing Club. And behind them we have Crew 312 and 311. Twickenham Rowing Club and Sudbury Rowing Club. So Alice is shouting out for Cantab's Rowing Club, Cantabrigian Rowing Club, out in Cambridge. Lots of my friends rowing that club, and I'm looking forward to see more of their boats later, especially Laura Blencarn. Captains is a shout out for Abby, Brienne, George, and Lizzie from Norwich 329 in this division. Big cheer for boat 396 with Dutch rower Sophie Bleeker. Thank you, Norwich team, to be so welcoming to our daughter. And cheering boat 375, coxed by Ali Buhenko. I hope I got your last name right. Crew 319 coming by. And also 313. .319 is Broxburn University. Oh, Broxburn Rowing Club, sorry. And 313 is Oriole Kensington. The quads are surely coming in thick and fast now. 317. And 314. And also 318. .318 is Dart Totnes Amateur Rowing Club. 317, Cantab's Rowing Club. Big shout out to them. They're coming by right now. Oh no, sorry, apologies. 315 and 320 behind them. .315 is Cantab Rowing Club. Crew 321, another crew from Star Club up in Bedford. Crew 323. Big London cheers again, and apologies for that small gap. We may have another commentator joining us soon, depending on how ready she is. Crew 329. And crew 325. Norwich Rowing Club and Furnival Scotland Club. MAA back again. And we are in the fours now. Or actually, no, we should still be in the quads, so something went wrong with the start order there. We have special guests. So we have our colleague here, Tess Williams, just getting ready to hop in the commentating booth.
Absolutely. I'm just going to pass you over to Tess. So how's the racing looking out there on the water today, Tess?
A couple more shout outs in the chat.
Tess says big shout out to University of Nottingham Boat Club. There we go. That's all Tess has to say. Thank you, Tess.
Okay, we're gonna. Yeah, that's perfect.
How are we on?
Thank you, Sinead, for your comment. We'll zoom out a bit. Do let us know if there's any more issues. Crew 340 just coming by us now.
One, two.
As you see the crews going by us now, so again, if you want some more engaging commentary, please let us know in the chat if you have any fun facts about any rowers that you're racing today. Or unfortunately, we're just going to be reading out crew numbers and crew names all day long. Layback rowing, bunch of new hot and upcoming YouTubers from CUBC. Let's go, David Bick Copley. I'm pretty sure I said that last name wrong.
David B. Copley, yes. No, I think he went by an hour and a bit ago. But
definitely missed that shout out.
Thank you for messaging in to the guys at Layback Rowing. I think that's Seb and Luca, formerly of Cambridge fame.
Still of Cambridge Rowing, arguably.
Are they still? Yeah. I thought they'd.
They've definitely left
finished
now,
study? Who knows?
There's always more degrees you can do.
There's always more to learn. There's a City of Bristol crew there, being chased down by a crew from
352 is Putney Town.
Putney Town. A bit of a gaggle of crews here.
And our videographer upstream has just told us that the last crew has started.
She's resigned from commentary and being a special guest, and she's now taken up a position as a researcher. Tess has just given us some history on the race. So the Head of the River Fours began in 1955, which I believe would make this the 70th year. There was actually a separate women's event in 1959, but in 1963 the two events merged. And of course, as we know, it's rowed on the championship course, 4.25 miles. Over 400 crews a year participate, as we know, and it was formerly sponsored by Fuller's Brewery, and they used to host a prize giving with a free bar in the Fuller's Brewery, but sadly that does not happen anymore. And in 2020 it was renamed to the Fours Head to reflect the name by which it was more colloquially known. This is the AI summary, isn't it? From an unspecified technology company. Thank you very much to Tess for that excellent research there.
Yep. She's going to hop on a bit later just to commentate on the final few boats.
She's always very keen on the mic.
She was stuck in traffic, but she's made her best effort to come here to chat.
A nice lie-in and brunch.
Yeah, and again, all our photos are uploading as we speak on www.allmark.one, and our bridge photographer will be uploading the photos slightly later, as we cannot have our laptops out in the bridge.
Someone actually once dropped one in the water. That wasn't a good day.
There we go. A bit of AllMarkOne lore for you.
I made that up.
Bit of fake AllMarkOne lore for you.
Got a City of Bristol crew on screen now.
And panning over, we are looking at crew without a bow number.
Where are they from then?
Any guesses? Unisuits?
Is that York City? I think that's York City.
Well done.
Feeling the slightest dribble of drizzle here, but not many crews to go. I think it should hold off. Obviously, as we know, the last crews are now through Chiswick Bridge, so I think the final crew should be down with us within 20 minutes or so. It's the final stint, the final countdown, the final shift for these crews. Yes, please. So Tess has now taken up a new position as head of catering and provided us with some wonderful donuts. So thank you very much, Tess.
She will be hopping on the commentary box just later. So
We've got chocolate filling in the middle there, and chocolate on top. Do you want a donut? You sure?
yeah, let us know what snacks you're having.
Nottingham Rowing Club coming past here. And then, what is that? 360? 380? Can you see the numbers? Okay, good, because my eyesight isn't going then. And now Vesta Rowing Club on your screen. Oh.
Is crew 382 went by yet? We have a shout out in the chat from Swansea. They're all first year university students. Go to Swans.
Go to Swans.
Big up.
Royal Kensington now, another home crew coming fast. So, Alex, tell me about what are your favourite pubs along the championship course?
I unfortunately don't go to enough pubs or live in this part of town, so can't tell you much, but I believe the Black Dog is on my way home, so shout out to any Taylor Swift fans listening to home. I might just drop by the Black Dog a bit later to check it out.
Very good, very good.
It's in Vauxhall, isn't it? The Black Dog? So there we go, it's right there. As a resident Swiftie, I hope I know my stuff. Top 0.5% of listeners worldwide.
Another UL boat here. They're distinctive purple. I'm sure Alex will be ready to give a big cheer for this Cambridge University crew coming down past us now.
Yep, go CUBC. Go light blues.
Got some Maidstone Invicta crews here, 370 and 371, so setting off in order there. So come up to London and then they are racing right by each other on the course. And then another Oxford University women's crew there. So we are seeing quite big contingents from these Oxford and Cambridge squads today, contrary to what I said earlier.
Yeah, I guess they were just later in the draw.
Yeah, in these academic categories.
When you were at Imperial, did you have a rival university club that you were particularly fierce against?
Oh, I think the University of London. So yeah, those are probably the two kind of biggest university boat clubs in London, I would say.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think UL were our fierce rivals, and I'm sure still are to this day, and I'm sure were for a long time before that. So yeah, it was always about Imperial and UL rivalry for those London universities. I mean, Imperial used to be part of the University of London, and I believe seeded from it in 2007, although Imperial's always had its own boat club on the Putney Embankment here. Imperial has also won the most university challenges. Thank you very much, Tess, for that fun fact.
Tess, our resident meteorologist, has also noticed the wind has picked up, and she wonders if this could affect the speed of the cruise coming down a bit later. Yes, the dreaded rowback is...
What can you tell us, guys, about the rowback up to the start?
As someone who boated from Putney Town when I did my last tideway race, I was exhausted, and when I had to row back, it was miserable.
That's a long way away.
Tess, what was your tide race experience like?
Tess didn't like it.
She's still getting ready for the camera and commentating, so just give her a moment, guys.
Shh, language! Oh, you're holding the mic away. That's all right. There is. We can talk about fun facts about the crews and clubs that are coming past. I think this is another Cambridge University crew, side by side, I think possibly, with an Oxford University crew. Am I correct? Can't see the numbers, but it looks
I can
the colours
see it on the
match.
splash jacket, so why don't we
Yes.
follow this boat along for quite a bit, and Wolf, give us your side-by-side commentary.
Well, it looks like this Oxford crew is moving through the Cambridge crew here. The Oxford crew over closer to the line of boats in the faster water and perhaps overtaking Cambridge there. They've both lost their bow numbers, so perhaps that tells us there might have been some clashing down the course. So this is a real Oxford-Cambridge boat race going on down the course here, and perhaps Oxford overtaking Cambridge there on the women's side. Could this be a sign of the tide coming to turn later this season? Who knows? What are your thoughts, Alex? Another Oxford crew here.
We will find out, but
He's holding his cards close to his chest, but he's backing the Cambridge crews, as we would expect. And now another York University crew. Looking long, looking very tidy. Like I keep saying, York Small Boats Head is next weekend, I believe, so they will be out racing on their home water, looking to put in some more storming performances then. I think this is a UCL crew we have now, crew number 382.
BK Schneiderman cheering on CBC from Atlanta, USA. There are a lot of USA CBC fans around.
University College London, of course, the alma mater of Christopher Nolan, famed filmmaker, who has inspired our filmmaking on this live stream today.
More fun facts for you. We're at crew 387 now.
University College Oxford.
Oh, there we go, in Oxford College.
A very nice boathouse univ over on the Isis River in Oxford. It's great to see some of these college crews coming down for the fourth head. Like I was saying, we only tend to see them at the eighth heads in bigger contingents, so great to see them making the trip down and enjoying the lovely grey British weather on the tideway today. No rain so far, though.
Every time we mention the weather, I can feel the rain
Oxford
keeping
crew,
closer.
Oxford University Boat Club there.
Yeah, with B. Tyler.
So we've seen a lot of crews from all sorts of clubs today, including Nottingham University, Tess's old club. Tess, what can you tell us about Nottingham University Boat Club? She says no comment.
I'm sure she loves her club. I photographed them at Bucks, and they were
She loves them
honestly,
so much. We can't say.
Yeah, they were a great vibe. I love the fact that they all jumped into the lake at the end of Bucks, but who knows how many of them got sick.
I can't say I am a massive fan of Nottingham at the moment, though, after the penalty charge notices I received after my trip to Nottingham the other week. 2 of them. Yeah.
Crew 389, Cardiff University Rowing Club.
I drove down that. You did suggest other spots. It's just like the one little bit in front of the memorial.
Crew 394, I believe it's University College Oxford Boat Club again.
So a lot of crews from Univ College Oxford. I think my uncle actually went there. Did geology back in the day. Didn't do any rowing though. But he went to the boat club PIMS parties. I know that.
Crew 391.
Wolfson College Oxford. So another Oxford College here. Alma mater of my A-level physics teacher, Dr. Bosworth. Also a rower. So he had my physics class. In the physics class, we had lots of pictures of his Oxford College rowing days and coached as well.
Yeah, fun fact about
wise wizard of physics, Dr. Bosworth.
About Wolfson College Boat Club Oxford. I came from Wolfson College Cambridge, and we used to have an award called the Wolfson Seat, where we decided to duel it out. But
was there an arch rivalry between the two colleges at Oxford and Cambridge?
Well, the story goes that we tried doing a rivalry, but they were so much better than us.
Oh no!
The Oxford College decided that we weren't worth their time.
Shouldn't have admitted to that one.
Crew
Another
400.
London Rowing Club crew. Crew 400, which means we're into the final 32 crews.
We are getting it close to the end, and I believe the photos are still flying up.
Yes, they are indeed. And like we keep saying, please do check out the photos from both bridge and bank, 4K slow-mo video clips, and all kinds of packages, all available over at AllMarkOne. You'll see the web address on screen as well. Do go and check those out. We like to capture your memories from every single race, every single crew, every single competitor. And we now, we've been doing this, us bunch of, rowing aficionados, former coxes, former rowers, some still active for the best part of a decade now, and we have archives going back, so those photos will be available forever to view, but please do check them out ASAP while they're fresh in your mind and see if there's any that you like.
404 and 403, City of Bristol, and Derby Rowing Club. Derby, sorry. Apologies for my Canadianness. And we have Lee Rowing Club with their signature orange coming down track again. They are so eye-catching.
They are indeed. High visibility, very safe on a grey day like today when visibility isn't quite as good. Cox wearing a very bright coat there.
Staying warm.
Exactly. Now yet another crew from Vesta Rowing Club. So I think at this event in the draw, the crews are assigned letters across the club, so all boat classes, all squads. I wonder if any club has managed to use up the entire alphabet. Let's see if Vesta have managed it. I think this is only crew I. But there are 80 athletes racing from Vesta today. Our wonderful colleague Tess has just informed us.
She's still getting ready to hop in the commentary booth, so give her a moment.
Yeah, she's just checking her notes. City of Oxford Rowing Club, I think this is now.
Yep, 407.
96 Vesta athletes, in fact, racing today. Tess, it seems, a big fan of Vesta Rowing Club.
Two more boats going side by side. I believe that's 414 and 410. So
Marlow Rowing Club and Lee Rowing Club.
Yeah.
Distinctive bright colours from both of them, the red and the orange. It looks like the reds may be overtaking the oranges there. And Tess, what does overtaking during your tideway head race feel like? Tell us how.
A crew 397 coming by us now. Imperial College School of Medicine boat club.
Yes. So Imperial Medics also have their own boat club. They row up in Chiswick, though. I think in one of the boat bays up at University of London is where they're based. But yeah, big school of medicine in London, that Imperial College School of Medicine. Another City of Oxford, I believe, crew on screen now.
Yep, bow number also gone. Looks like some fierce battling further upstream.
Perhaps it was in the marshalling area or maybe even a mid-race clash. Sad for them losing their deposit on the bow number there, though.
Crew 411 is Leeds University? University of Leeds, sorry.
University of Leeds.
415. Putney Town Rowing Club. Got a long paddle home.
Heard it's a good night out in Leeds, or a lot of good places to go there. What have you ever been to Leeds, Tess? You have. Okay. And is it a good? It's a good place. Yeah. I haven't. I have not been on a night out in Leeds.
Crew 418.
Innocent to engage in
Ward
things
Boat
like
Club.
drinking and nights out, but Tess can testify that it is. I have not heard of the Otley Run, but now I have.
Sinead, thank you for your camera comment earlier. She is cheering for Lee 410, stroked by Meredith Giblin. We have 418 on camera now, and that is Warwick Boat Club.
I'm just looking up the river now. It looks like the last of the crews are passing the milepost. So we can see them proceeding down towards us like aeroplanes coming into land. I think we're into the final few crews. In fact, no, there are a few more, a bit of a gap, and then a few more just coming past Harrods there.
417 for Oval Rowing Club again. We're down to the last 15 or so boats.
We are indeed, and it can be tough for some of the crews further down the start order. Often they end up boating first and having to wait a long time in their start marshalling position before racing down and then rowing back up. And some of these crews can be out on the water over 4 hours. So hopefully, if you have good teammates, that time up in the marshalling area can be quite fun. If you're the cox or the steers person, you've obviously got to keep tapping because the tide is always moving and always moving your boat, and you've got to make sure you don't ground it or go into any trees. But there's also those fun crew bonding moments up in the marshalling area while you're waiting to race.
And that looks like another City of Cambridge crew.
Big contingent from City of Cambridge here today.
422.
Are you going to give them a cheer, Alex?
Big cheer to City of Cambridge.
There we go. Big shout out there.
And Yannick stuck with wing riggers. I haven't seen that before. Crew 423, right behind them, is Fulham Reach Boat Club combined with Milton Keynes Rowing Club. So we're down to the one.
So matching kit in that crew, but according to the names on the draw, a composite there.
9 boats left. We're counting down to end this event, and Tess will round us out.
Yeah, Tess will indeed. It's been a fantastic day of racing so far. The weather has just about held on. Waters look pretty nice and flat, and I want to say again a massive thank you to all the organisers, volunteers, umpires, marshals for keeping everyone safe and making this race run so smoothly. It's not an easy job to get 432 crews out on the water and safely down the course in the space of less than 2 hours. So
crew 431 doing an overtake, started second to last. My good friend Laura Blencarn in the bow seat. When she's not rowing, she's working hard to cure cancer, so big shout out to her.
Big shout out indeed.
Crew 425, Trafford Rowing Club.
Up in the northwest.
Crew 428 is Vesta Rowing Club. And I believe that's Cambridge 99's 419. And that is, I believe, another Cantab boat, 426. So they're pressing towards the finish line. Wolf, as a cox, do you have a preference for a bow-loaded or a stern-loaded boat? What's the biggest difference?
I suppose most bow loaders are 4s and most stern loaders are 8s. I think they're both different. I'd probably say stern loader is a bit more comfortable, and especially if it rains in a bow loader, you end up sort of lying in a puddle. But bow loaded for the same sort of size and class of boat is faster. There have been bow loaded 8s in the past, but not anymore due to safety and visibility concerns. But no, I think I like the stern loaded position in an 8, being able to see all the blades, slightly less chance of sitting in a puddle, and the view out is better, the visibility is better, and I suppose 8s are the big fast boats.
Crew 429, Mersey Rowing Club, and this is the last boat, Crew 427, finish off Force Head, Oriole Kensington Rowing Club.
I can see 1 or 2 more.
Oh, can you?
Yeah, I can see 1 more.
Sorry, I saw the finishing boats and I thought they were coming, but not the last boat just yet.
I'm here with Tess, who I believe will be attending Star Club Head tomorrow, so another very, very busy weekend with the Vets Head and Star Club Head tomorrow. Tess, how excited are you for Star Club Head?
Yeah, I'm buzzing for it, Will. It'll be a really, really great day over in Bedford, and that's all I have to say about that at the moment. Thank you.
I love, from all of our team, the enthusiasm we have for this, and you saw that there. We are all mostly now ex-rowers and coxes, but we like to say, AllMarkOne, it's a group of friends and something made by rowers for rowers. It started as 3 friends who just liked to take their cameras down and take pictures of their
and is that our last boat?
Crews at their clubs rowing, and then they met on the riverbank, I think at Bedford Regatta or something, and it stemmed from there. So it's very much a bunch of rowers who also love photography and combine that love to capture all your moments, all your memories from so many different races around the country and indeed abroad.
And so Crew 432 is just rounding us out, the last boat. We're going to follow them as long as we can. Mersey Rowing Club combined with St. Peter's College Boat Club. Finishing it off, looking strong, pushing through,
So
ending
nice,
this race for us.
Composite there, enjoying the relatively flat water for a day on the tideway there. And the final stretch, the final 250, the final sprint to the line, really winding it up, driving it on. Like I say, please do check out our photos, slow-mo video clips, packages, all available at www.allmark.one. Web address is on the screen. They will be, the photos and videos will be flying up as soon as physically possible. So do check those out.
Yeah, thank you so much for everyone's support today and anyone who tuned into our live stream. We hope to see you again soon, and we should be back live streaming at Weehor, I believe, and Heather River, if all arrangements work out.
So yeah, we're just waiting for special guest Tess to join us for the outro. We can see now the umpires, launches, marshals all coming back down past us. So once again, a big thank you to them for their incredible work, keeping everyone safe and making sure things run smoothly today. Also a big thank you to London Rowing Club for hosting us on their rooftop terrace here. Amazing view of the river. So thank you very much. Seen lots of crews from them and some very strong results racing today. Alex, what have your highlights of the day been today?
I think the highlights is just this event happening after a good couple of years of being cancelled because of the weather. And I think everyone's eager to do. Fours is such a difficult boat class to row. I personally hate rowing in fours, but it's good to see that so many people are keen on showing their prowess on the championship course.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right there, actually. There's been a lot of rain in last week, and we've been watching the forecast, very concerned that today is not going to go ahead and all our plans will go to pot. But the weather, particularly today, because yesterday was very rainy, but still happened, has cooperated, which has been fantastic. And we've had amazing race, great water out there for the crews, some great performances, and great to see 432 fours from all around the country and indeed abroad battling it out on the championship course today. We will be at the Vets Fours Head tomorrow and Star Club Head, and next weekend more races to come. So every weekend there's racing on. We will be there all over the country. More pictures, more videos, more memories, more moments captured than ever before.
Thank you everyone for tuning in, and we hope to see you again soon. And Tess should join us on the next live stream.
Yes, we will have special guest Tess on for you. Yeah. I know you are all hoping to see her, and that will be.
If you liked her fun facts and her weather report, just give us a shout out and we'll let her know. And she's already very grateful, and she's very sad she can join us on camera today.
Yeah, apologies for some of the uninformed commentary and inability to read bound numbers. We do try, but we do possibly wing it a bit as well. But thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you managed to see the crews you want to support and give them a cheer. And we will see you again for a live stream in March for some of the 8s heads. We are doing photos from Vets 4th Head tomorrow, however, so do check those out if you're racing in that. Cheers and bye-bye.
See you guys later.